Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Good morning, guys. I hope you're smiling down on the Dallas Cowboys, because Lord knows we need you here as we get ready to take on the New York stinking Giants on Sunday. 1 day short of the 1 year anniversary of Dak Prescott getting his leg in a freak accident caught up underneath of him in what has to be one of the most gruesome breaks we've seen since Joe Theismann getting hit by Lawrence Taylor by those same New York stinking Giants. This, guys, has to be the final piece of the puzzle for Dak Prescott. Getting back against the New York Giants, the team that he ended up getting hurt against, has to be psychologically the completion of everything. Listening to Dak Prescott talking about watching the film from that game and actually being able to laugh at himself at the point of, now, what was I trying to do? Put it back together. The fact that you can laugh about that means that you pretty much have moved on. I'm going to start this with a clip from one of my favorite movies. You know, it wasn't exactly a critically acclaimed movie, but God, it was good.
Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Right on.
Shotgun. DC right. Flip 90. Dig. On the center.
Chicks dig scars. It's like a red badge of courage. It shows that you've been through the fight and you've come out on the other side. And it's a constant reminder every day that reminds you, when you put your shoe on, you put that sock on, you see that scar, and I'm sure this is what happens with Dak Prescott. It reminds him, it grounds him, it brings him back down to earth to understand how precious the time you have on this football field is, how limited the time you have on this field is, how quickly and easily this time can be taken away. And so what that scar does is it reminds you of the mission that you have. It reminds you of the goals. It reminds you when you're tired to not give up. It reminds you where you were when you could not walk. It constantly is there to let you know how good life is. I always say this because at the time when you're going through shit, when things are bad, and believe me, I've been through bad times. When you're going through bad times, and I remember being a single parent, having had a flesh-eating bacteria, losing a job that I loved. The only thing that kept me from blowing my brains out was the fact that I had 2 kids that I had to take care of. If it weren't for those 2 kids and the responsibility of saying, I've got to make it till they get to be an adult, I don't know that I would have made it through. And when you're in deep like that, and there's a lot of us that are in deep right now, and then I feel bad for people. I wish I could fix everyone's problems. But when you're in the middle of shit, and it just seems like everything is just terrible, you don't realize that this is a turning point. This, when you get onto the other side, will change you forever. As they say, you don't miss the water until the well runs dry. And that's the truth. I can look back at when I had the flesh-eating bacteria as an awakening, a change in life. Not being able to walk. You take it for granted. You get up, you walk, you go where you want. Not being able to walk, not being in pain. You realize how precious things are. So when you're on the other side, you look differently because now you protect that. You hold on to that. It creates more desire and sense of urgency. And that, my friends, is where I believe Dak Prescott is. Dak Prescott has never had a major injury like this before. Dak Prescott never had to endure something like this, to go through seeing your leg like that, going through the 2 surgeries, going through the rehab, the pain, the effort, the time, that now being on the field and being back on the field, he is going to fight heaven and earth to stay there. And this is where I look at this Dallas Cowboys team, that I believe that this offensive line won't let those giant players anywhere near their quarterback, especially this game. You look at how this offensive line has come together. You look at how Zeke, threw his body against Tampa Bay with reckless abandon to say, I'm not going to let anything happen to my buddy. For the first time in forever, I see a team that all seems to be on the same page. A team that is playing for each other. Not just about, hey, I need to do good for my own stats so I can get paid. I feel like for the first time, this team is on a mission. And sometimes when you lose something like they did with Dak Prescott, I think all of them realize, oh, shit, that they don't want to ever have that feeling again of being down and out and laughed at. And that's why you're seeing this team coalesce and become a better team. That's my belief. I know that every day after being in the hospital, having 3 surgeries in 2 weeks, having gone through that I appreciate every day. It may not be a perfect day. I may have aches and pains and don't have everything that I want or desire and so on. But I remember what it was like being in that hospital bed, drugged up, unable to walk, unable to put my leg onto the ground. And I appreciate and I fight harder because of it. I'm proud of the Cowboys. Win, lose, or draw. I'm excited to watch them on Sundays, and I'm especially excited for this guy, Dak Prescott.
And passed it.
Why isn't you think you've matched up so well and had such success against the Giants?
Just over all the years, or what?
You haven't lost to them since you were a rookie.
I mean, yeah, obviously I think about that. I was the first team that they gave me a headache my rookie year, and I let that sit in. But I just think it's over the time, obviously having Kellen and have the continuity. Just know what those guys are doing. That's a divisional opponent. You get to play twice. Obviously, they've been through some different coaches. But overall, the way we've built this team, I believe, and the way that the front office has built it with our offensive line, we established the run against them time and time again, and we take advantage of our matchups outside when we need to.
Have you watched it at the tape from last year, just getting ready for this game? I know Kellen said he's had to see it, try to fast forward through that play.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely fast forward through that play. As I've watched that play a couple of times, and yeah, when it comes up, it's just I don't watch I can say I watched the beginning of it, but not the end of the run. So I mean, and I don't think much about it. And then, it's, as I said, it's kind of past it, and it's whatever. Not something I care to see, and know that I've done a lot to get past it. So.
The broadcast from that game just showed after your receiving touch to your relation. Is it kind of crazy to think that span of emotions that went on in 30 minutes?
From the touchdown?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, that was my first receiving touchdown in the NFL. I waited for that for a long time, and I was excited about that. But then, yeah, shortly after, obviously, that happened. But it's just part of it. It just shows in this life you never know what's coming, and just got to be thankful and grateful for every moment you have.
Amen.
I think it was that about that play that you were able to laugh about it. What made you laugh? What made you laugh after so much time?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was doing trying to bang my leg. And, I mean, I know I was trying to just get it right, make it look normal so I could try to get off the field. But yeah, when I look back, as I said, I don't know if it was shock, obviously not feeling it all, and me trying to bang it straight. Yeah, it's just like, what am I doing? So that's what allows me to laugh about it was, yeah, wild.
How do you look at that?
I mean, daily, really. I mean, but at this point, I mean, I feel like I've healed well. Scars are pretty. I mean, I've got a bunch of them. They mean something. They remind me. But as I've said, it's really what I'm thankful for is the person that I become after every scar I have.
Logan Ryan was saying that he was trying to talk to you and keep you calm and a little bit. When it happened, do you remember him being there and not running away and kind of pointing to the Giant sideline to get you help?
No, I mean, I just remember looking down at my leg, as I said, and trying to let me get this straight. And then I remember Coop asking me, "Are you all right or something?" And I was just like, no, like, yeah. And then I think I've said it before. Honestly, I just went to in my head and just saying, "Thank you, God," just over and over and over, just trying to find any bit of comfort right there. Yeah, he said, yeah. I mean, I went in there and he just came in there. Obviously, him and Steven emotional, gave me a hug and said, we'll make it okay. And yeah, obviously that meant a lot, just knowing the situation and everything and what the position I was in. But just to see those guys in that time and to hear that, yeah, just a little bit of comfort, I guess.
What interactions have you had with Logan Ryan since then?
Yeah, I mean, he sent me a letter, obviously with the 2 books, and other than that, that's been it. I mean, watching him play on tape, and he's done a good job.
Dak, when you say you notice it every day, the scar, is that happenstance or are you actually looking at it?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's happenstance. Yeah, I mean, when I go get taped, right? When I get taped, obviously we tape this leg a little bit maybe thicker, a little bit higher than the other one. So just different times like that. And not to say that when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel it a little bit more than I feel the other one. So, I mean, just times like that.
Has it gotten normal yet playing against Jason Garrett? Does that still feel a little strange with the streak you guys have?
I mean, I didn't get to finish that game for one. So, but
Unfinished business.
2, I mean, yeah, I mean, time's passed. And yeah, always will say, I mean, appreciate for who he is and what he's done and how he, I mean, helped me in my career and to get me to Dallas. But at this point, yeah, I mean, we've moved forward. We've got a lot going on in this building, and it's excited for everything that we're going to accomplish.
This offense seems to adapt a little bit quicker on the field than it did maybe 4 or 5 years ago. One, do you agree with that? 2, is that more about your development and everyone being in the system longer?
Yeah, for sure.
There are a little bit different shades in how Mike and Jason approach offense as far as adapting within the course of the game.
I mean, I'd say for one, it's just, as you said, the continuity, and in my experience, and Kellen as well. I mean, a guy that was a young OC that's getting better time and time again, year after year, but definitely game after game. I mean, he gets better, and I think he would say that as well. So I think that allows us to make in-game adjustments and fix things and roll off of that and use something that we did early in the game to come back and make it a big play later in the game. So I think that's just experience from Kellen all the way down just to all the people that have been in this offense, and we've had a lot of time on task and have grown together.
Speaking of that experience, Zeke yesterday was talking about Kellen's schemes, some of the designs every week in the meetings. It's kind of like, oh, I like that. That's new. Do you sense that too? That there's every week there's something where you're like, oh, this is something that's
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And he's finding the weak spots in the defenses and attacking them. So, and he's finding different ways to get us all involved using our strengths. And I've said it time again. I mean, y'all haven't seen it all, and I don't know if we'll ever see it all because his mind's always rolling like that. And he's bringing up new things and adding new tricks to the plays and whatever it is that are going to only help.
You and Jalen came into the same draft class. When he gets released as the leader of this team, what's going through your mind? What do you say to him? What do you say to your team?
Yeah, I mean, I shot him a text message, and then I think the team message is just what a business this is. And I think that was the eye-opener as I saw Micah's comment, right? That was his welcome to the NFL moment he felt. And at the end of the day, we all have to understand this is a business, and that's what it's about. And obviously, coming in with Jalen, knowing everything that he's been through and to overcome his injury and to come back and to play well and become the player that he is, he's an inspiration to so many.
Zeke was being the aesthetic ground player of the league. He's averaging almost yards per carry in his career. You've obviously been on this NFL journey with him since 2016. Is this the best that you've seen him play?
I mean, I've seen a lot of good Zeke, and there's a lot left to be. So I mean, I would say yes, just for him being older, him being experienced, him knowing the whole offense, and he could get back there and do the things that I need to do mentally, just from the way that he focused and how intelligent of a football player he is. But then you add that into the shape that he's in, everything that he's put into this offseason and this season. Yeah, definitely. And there's going to be more of those performances to come.
Okay, we're going to leave it right there. You can watch the whole thing, of course, on DallasCowboys.com. But this game is going to be this is one of those games that it could go either way. You know, it's a division game. The Giants have not beat the Cowboys with Dak Prescott since he was a rookie in 2016. But also, too, the emotion of playing a team that you end up having an injury. This could end up being a slaughter, or it could end up being just a letdown. You just don't know. And that's the crazy thing about football from a week-to-week standpoint. You honestly don't know. The Giants end up coming back and getting an emotional win. You know, any win is a positive thing. It could be where the Giants are looking at this as saying, if we can beat the Cowboys, this can be a launching point of getting us back into having a great season. It really is. It's crazy that, you know, people are writing off teams already. It's way too soon to write off anybody. I know some teams have started out 0-4 and so on. You know, probably you can write off the Texans. I think you can write off the Texans. But even the Jets have signs of life. And if a team can all of a sudden find their footing and get a little bit of luck, you know, now you look at it, maybe we lucked out playing against Carolina with Christian McCaffrey out. Little things like that make a difference in what happens. You know, for the Rams last night, Russell Wilson hurts his finger. You know, Geno Smith comes in and plays pretty well, but he's still not Russell Wilson. Sometimes in football, it's beyond just being good. It's staying healthy. It's a bit of luck. It's a call that goes your way. In that game last night, there was a true hold. I mean, hold when Matthew Stafford on the drive for that, you know, big touchdown in the end. That should have been called. It should have been holding. It should have been their ball, you know, 1st and 20 from their 30. Instead, they've got the ball on the 12-yard line and go in and get a touchdown. It's things like that that you can't predict. Now, for Dak Prescott, he going to be okay. He definitely is a man on a mission, and all I can say is kick back and watch, because all you out there that have doubted him and hated him and don't believe in him, yeah, you going to see. You going to see. And with that being said, it is time for me to get up on out of here. You know how we roll.
Our coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
I'll see you soon.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about this, Cowboys?